On Thursday, your fellow senator, senator from California, Alex Padilla, was handcuffed at a Homeland Security press conference after he tried to ask Kristi Noem a question. What is it like, I don't mean for Democratic senators, any senator, to see one of their fellow senators in what is often called the most collegial institution in the United States, that he was wrestled to the ground and handcuffed after having identified himself,
right?
Even though he's a U.S. senator.
He was in a federal building in California, in his jurisdiction, and he stood up, identified himself, and said, "I have a question." And he was immediately wrestled out of the room, thrown on the ground, and handcuffed. What I am most worried about, Alex Padilla is a tough guy. I'm less worried about Alex Padilla than I am more worried about the American people who sees that and like, if they can do that to a U.S. senator, what are they going to do to me when I speak up? What are they going to do to me, the average American, when I say, hey, you know what? I don't like what you're doing, banning books in my schools. Hey, I don't like what you're doing to food stamps and taking food out of children's mouths. Hey, I don't like that you're sending ICE agents without proper identification into our schools. And people come up to me and thank me for my service, and I am grateful and proud of my service. But I will tell you, it is not the most patriotic thing you can do. The most patriotic thing you can do in this nation is to speak your mind. It's how we became a nation. We told a king, go away, we don't want you anymore. And that is what I served in uniform for, to protect that First Amendment right. And so I say to Americans, exercise those First Amendment rights. Stand up, call this wannabe dictator for what he is, a cowardly small man who feels he needs to molest every flag he sees and use our troops as props, as toy soldiers in his little game. We're not going to let him get away with it.
The big, beautiful bill, as they call it.
Big, beautiful betrayal, I call it.
The deadline for the bill, July 4th, is coming up. The word is that it's in a little bit of trouble in the Senate. Do you think there are enough Republicans to stand up to the gutting of Medicaid in this bill?
I hope that there are, and I'm going to send that message. I've actually been traveling into red states to talk to the people there about what they're going to lose. Missouri is going to lose 400,000 people will be kicked off Medicaid's rolls. I talked to the National Hospital Association. 30% of our safety net hospitals, most of—
As a Democratic senator, you're also on the front lines fighting the big, beautiful bill, as they call it.
Big, beautiful betrayal, I call it.
The deadline for the bill, July 4th, is coming up. The word is that it's in a little bit of trouble in the Senate. Do you think there are enough Republicans to stand up to the gutting of Medicaid in this bill?
I hope that there are, and I'm going to send that message. I've actually been traveling into red states to talk to the people there about what they're going to lose. Missouri is going to lose 400,000 people will be kicked off Medicaid's rolls. I talked to the National Hospital Association. 30% of our safety net hospitals, most of which are in red states, will shut down if these Medicaid cuts go through. And so I'm going out to tell people exactly what's going to happen, the truth about what's in the bill. And then I asked them, call your senators, call your representatives. It doesn't matter if they're Democrats or Republicans. Let them know this is not acceptable. We as Americans didn't vote to be part of the group that just decides, you know what, we're all going to die someday, so we're just going to kick everybody off the rolls. That's not what America is about.
Have you talked to Joni Ernst about that by any chance? We're all going to perish from this earth statement?
I know Joni very well. I've not talked to her about this. I figured she probably didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, before the show began, there was a young woman in the audience tonight who asked me about, she's an advocate for disabled rights.
Yeah.
And she was asking several things, one of it being why you don't hear more politicians talking about the rights of the disabled. As someone who understands the rights of the disabled, what can people do to make sure that their government is